Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Look at Labyrinth Secrets of Shadowhaven, or Labrynth SoS as it's called on Newgrounds. I'm playing the Congregate version though. So what this is it's actually a really neat retro style uh, platformer roguelite. And let's just start. Starts with a very Castlevania intro. It's got a very nice NES aesthetic. So at the start, we're pretty weak. We can run, jump, and claw things, and if we have enough energy up in the top left corner underneath our health, we can fire a projectile. But we can make ourselves a lot more powerful by destroying these crates lying around. Or we can find health that's highly irrelevant. Yeah, this game, now, along with ammo and the 3 different types of weapons, faster cooldown, that's useful, I think. We can also find upgrades like a double jump, a wall climb. They're usually in these chests, or sometimes you'll find full cakes, which are full health. Do keep them on the, you do want to kind of make sure you keep them on the ground, because, they do stay. So in each level, your goal is to destroy all of these magic orbs that are blocking the boss. And that is a missile that I can equip. And we have the block breaker, which allows us to break the game really easily. You do hurt yourself with explosives, though. Yeah, once you find the right stuff, you lose your projectile for the most part, but you have the ability to smash through blocks. Which is where the game starts to really open up, if and when you find it. I do believe that you just keep playing until you die. I'm not sure if there's an actual ending, but the game does play a sort of ending sequence if you, when you beat a dungeon. Ow, fall damage, even though we're an adorable little dragon thing. There we go. Grenades, you can, depending on which items you find, you can have grenades, rockets, or landmines, I think, or the other one. But yeah, the goal is to go around the dungeon. Destroying enemies sometimes nets you an item, but not very often. You go up to a... Oh, you do get a projectile, it's just... I guess I didn't have enough charge. But yeah, at first, it's not really... I wouldn't describe it as a Metroidvania, but it kind of has that feeling where, oh, I got this item, I can go in here now. But that's about it. You're not required to find items. Well, technically you can beat the game with that. You can beat dungeons without any items, but it's extremely difficult. Graphically speaking, I do like the way the game looks, even if it's not as retro as the soundtrack may make you assume. And more than breaking orbs, what you really want to do is just find items, because you'll find the orbs just by finding these items. You always want to pick up ammo, of course. Ooh, we got a double jump. Nice. That increases our mobility by a lot. I really don't like the term double jump. It's actually an air jump. And, ooh, attack up. Very useful. Are we some kind of imp? I actually can't tell. Alright. Chest. Orb compass. It'll point you to the nearest orb or the exit once you've found all the orbs. I think this is all the items we're going to get. So let's move on to the next floor. I'll show a single run, assuming this goes well. Honestly, I don't think that the difficulty really peaks, like, goes up between dungeons. I think it actually gets easier as you go on. Got more ammo. And what you really want to do is make sure you have... The block breaker makes even the boss areas a lot easier because you have these hidden treasures in the walls. The game won't stop itself from giving you an item you already have. Ooh, super jump boost. One of the most useful things. Unlike death. Death is not useful. Yeah, the strategy on bosses is really just to spam rockets at them. And the dungeons are themed differently. Double jump right off the bat is actually really good. And the ice dungeon is slippery. But I think that's really the only real distinction. This chest contains a cake. I mean, I like cake as much as the next guy, but I'd rather have upgrades. At least it's not like Sonic XL. Another double jump. It is kind of very infuriating to find the same item several times in a row. And glider. Oh, nice. Forgot that existed. You can also find armor, but the game doesn't... I do like how the game makes you think for yourself on, okay, this isn't better than what I have. Because it doesn't prevent you from picking up armor that's worse than what you have. And honestly, this is a kind of game where if it had more content than just basically a bunch of dungeons that get easier as you go on, like if it had some sort of actual difficulty progression, I would gladly pay like $5 for a game like this on Steam. Not a big fan of grenades, but... Ooh. Daft Punk 4 armor. Jeez. Spoiling you, why don't you, game? Alright, let me drop a grenade here so I can get that. Ah! It's just cake. No! Also, you can just blow your way in to the boss areas. Which is actually intended. There's actually a badge for it on Newgrounds and hopefully on Congregate. Because I am playing on Congregate as mentioned. And as of recording, it doesn't have badges yet. But honestly, this is actually a really good game. I do want to go after all the orbs because, as mentioned, they often lead you to treasure. Let's see. I don't exactly have enough ammo to feel confident in taking on the boss, though. Let's see. Unfortunately, with the rate of cake drops, I do think that that's all I have left on the level. so I don't hold much confidence in beating the boss. I also like that you don't really have any momentum when you're gliding, so it doesn't force you to do that, just to fall straight down. Well, let's try the boss anyway. I mean, I do have armor. Also, something I didn't really mention, the game does have fully rebindable controls, which is not very common in Flash games. Okay. And also worth noting, this boss can actually create gaps that will kill you. I think this is actually the hardest boss because of it. But I beat him anyway. I wonder if the sword is supposed to stay. And because I don't have enough items to get up there, I can't get the loot. And we get a Castlevania ending for beating a single dungeon. And it repeats every time you beat a dungeon. Let's go to the next level. And because I beat that dungeon, I can move on to the next one with all of my items intact. This is my one problem, like, the dungeons get easier because you keep all these upgrades. I'm not saying that's what I want to change, what I would change about this, though. I would just... That was weird. I would just make the game get more difficult with each dungeon. Ooh, rockets. Well, since I don't have the block breaker now, it gets me that chest up there. And those boxes, but more importantly, the chest. Ah. You can't really guide which direction the rockets go in, sadly. More cake, in case I take damage. No. Let's see, got an attack up. No, that's the glider, never mind. What's this? Oh, that's the map. Maps only apply to a single dungeon, however. That's not a permanent thing. If that contains ammo, I would be happy. Yeah, as you can see thematically, this is the same dungeon as the first one, it just has bats in it. I don't know. I think this game has a lot of interesting ideas to it. It's just... it gets too easy. Except when you're glitching through the tiles. That's weird. At least I think this is a Flash game. What's weird is that it's actually working with fraps. If you don't use fraps. Fraps usually only picks up games that use, I think it's OpenGL or DirectX. I don't think OpenGL works, actually. I think it's just DirectX. Like, Unity games work. Like, and Flash games in full screen work, but this is actually the default screen size. Ammo. Alright, I have ammo, and I have the rocket launcher. Don't need K. Mm. Oh, you only do the projectile when you're at full health, like Zelda. I did not realize that. Well, let's head to the boss, unfortunately with no damage up, but fortunately with plenty of ammo. Since this is a more successful run, I am going to end with this run. Oh, great, it's the acid boss. That's sarcasm, by the way. Acid boss is terrible. Yeah, this is the general boss strategy I've found. Okay. Oop. That was what I was worried about. Darkness has been lifted, blah, 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 blah. Actually, let me see the high scores. How far have people gotten? People have gotten to, like, floor 7... Well, dungeon 17. Which I think is a little crazy. Another glider, oh boy. I think the furthest I've gotten is, like, 3 or 4. See, I could pick up that armor, but it would be worse than what I have now. I don't want grenades, either. Not worth the missile. Ah! Well, at least I could actually use cake now. It is worth killing enemies because they do drop crates occasionally. Alright, super jump booster. Pretty useful, especially in conjunction with my glider and my double jump. Ah, there's an attack up. Another one. Wow, that's kind of... Are you kidding me? I doubt this helmet is better, but it looks cooler. Hooray for fashion souls. I'll keep the Daft Punk. Yeah, now I'm one-shotting the orbs. So depending on your luck on one floor, you can get insanely powerful. Which I guess is how people reach, like, floor 17. City 17? No, that's a different and highly overrated game. Huh. No. Do I really have to do that? Ooh, that's a wall climber. So that actually was more than worth it. Leather helmet and a chest. Yay. Ugh. Well, really, any helmet and a chest now that I have the best in the game. Yay. I do wish attack range ups... No. I do wish attack ups also increased projectile range, but oh well. Ooh, ammo. Ah! Ammo is an essential item that I've been neglecting to really be on the lookout for. Although, with my attack this high, I don't think it's actually all that necessary. Eat it. No! I didn't want you to shoot it that way. I wanted you to shoot it that way so I could get in here more conveniently. And of course, there's a certain point where it's like, okay, is it really worth hunting down all of the orbs when I could just, you know, use my projectiles? Honestly, I do think that giving you this is being a bit too generous to Ellen to doubt. Of course, when your boss can spawn enemies, I guess being generous isn't such a bad thing. Yeah. So I do think I'll end it off here. I guess bosses do get more health, but that's kind of a minute thing. I'm going to end it off here. So I will have a link in the description to this game. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this game.